Science fiction is so relatable in our day because we're seeing more and more. A lot of the things that were written in past books, we're actually starting to see a lot of it in present day, which is very concerning.
I think my favorite science fiction film is probably Wonder Woman. Being raised by a single mother, I am very drawn to anything that has female empowerment in it, and that film certainly embodies that.
I like the movie Pi by Darren Aronofsky. It's about the number pi and numerology, and it really shows that there is a deeper reality under our own where there are hidden truths that can be discovered, and it's an amazing film that I think everyone should see.
So my favorite science fiction novel is Children of Men by Dorothy James, and I love this novel because it talks about a future where basically humans can't have children anymore, and it's about human existentialism. I think what I like about it is it talks about day-to-day life when there's a very unsure future.
My favorite science fictional book is Harry Potter. For me, Harry Potter is very interesting because I love the fashion and I love how culturalized it is. I love how it gives the aspects of England and it's very inspirational. My favorite fictional scientist character is Harry Potter because he's brave, hardworking, and he shows real leadership.
I think my favorite character would be the Darkling. He's a villain and he's the definition of morally gray.
My favorite science fiction character would be Johnny Depp's character from the movie Transcendence. He is an AI that achieves superhuman intelligence, and the government's trying to shut him down, but we find out at the end that he's actually trying to help mankind, and I find that very inspiring and hopeful.
Science fiction is so successful today because one, it started out as being very different, and so it was different from what we were experiencing. It was made up, and everybody wants to kind of forget what's going on in the world sometimes.
I think that science fictional books and series and films are very successful today because there's a lot to watch and learn.
I think it's a way to sort of escape the real world. I don't know, it gives you, there's always this thing about the villain, the hero, and there's always a solution to the problem, so people are drawn to that.
A lot of the things that were written in past books, we're actually starting to see a lot of it in present day, which is very concerning in a world where the environment is kind of crashing and burning around us. So yeah, I mean, I think science fiction is getting more and more relatable.
Because if you look at some of the ideas from science fiction, like the watch where you can talk to people on the Jetsons, we now have that today, even though that cartoon is 50 years old. These ideas, once they're put out into the world through science fiction, become a target and a goal for scientists to actually create and make happen in real life.
I do think that life is becoming more like science fiction for many reasons, but the main one being that technology is just so ingrained in our society now.
If I was able to go into a fictional world, I would choose Harry Potter because I think it's so cool and I'd love to live in a castle.
The world I would visit would be the world of the movie Her, not because I would want to date my cell phone, but just because I feel like that technology was very advanced and it was pretty close to creating a utopian society for a lot of people.
I don't think there's actually any science fiction place that I've read about that I'd want to go to, because a lot of the time it's about essentially a world that's quite dark and that's kind of being destroyed because of like human actions. So